Hey guys, Brian Grossman here with the National Deer Association. It is February. Deer season has wrapped up here in Georgia and really for most of the country at this point. I know a lot of you guys are kind of like myself. You're probably already looking forward to hearing those turkeys gobble this spring or maybe wetting the line at your favorite fishing hole. But don't wish winter away just yet because, hey, there's several great projects you can be working on this time of year that'll not only improve the habitat on your property for deer and other wildlife, but it's also going to improve the future hunting potential on your property as well. So let's take a look at a few of those projects that you can be working on right now to kind of beat that cabin fever. One of the big projects I would encourage you to take on this time of year is some forest stand improvement. Now, we've done some other videos that touched on forest stand improvement. We have some articles on our website that really go in depth on the process. So I'm not going to get too deep for this particular video. You can check out those other resources. But basically the goal is to come into your woodlands to remove some of the less desirable tree species as it pertains to deer and other wildlife, and to promote understory growth. You want to open that canopy up, let sunlight down here on the forest floor to where you get a flush of understory growth. That's going to provide some excellent forage, some year-round food source, and it's going to provide some cover as well that'll make these deer feel more secure moving during daylight hours. And the great thing about forest stand improvement work is you don't need a whole lot of equipment to get started. You need a little bit of knowledge about what you're doing and about the different tree species on your property, a chainsaw, and some herbicide. And you can come in and, like I said, some of the trees, the smaller trees, I'm just cutting down. You can do some hinge cutting if that's something that you're interested in. Or you can come in and do the girdle and squirt method, which again, we've talked about in some other videos, where you simply girdle the tree with the chainsaw, squirt a herbicide in to the girdle all the way around the tree, and this tree will die within a year or less. And that's going to give you really the same effect as dropping the tree, because it's not going to leaf out. It's going to allow sunlight down here on the forest floor, and you're going to get that flush of understory growth that you're looking for. So number one, give some forest stand improvement a try this winter. A second project you can do this time of year, and one that goes hand in hand with forest stand improvement, is prescribed fire. Prescribed fire is a great tool for kind of burning off leaf litter, understory duff, old grasses, that kind of stuff, putting nutrients back into the soil, and again, promoting a flush of new vegetation. It's also a great tool for setting back hardwood encroachment in fields and woods. If you have a lot of saplings coming in, prescribed fire can kind of knock those back, kill them, and again, promote a flush of understory growth. It's just a great tool all around for improving deer habitat. And again, we have a lot of great information on prescribed burning on our website. I would encourage you to check that out for more information, but don't overlook prescribed fire as a great habitat project for these winter months. The third project you can be working on this time of year is getting rid of the non-native invasive species on your property. Now, no, it's not as sexy as prescribed fire or planting a food plot or some of those other habitat projects, but it's no less important. It's something that needs to be done. You need to get those non-natives under control, get rid of them, and let them be replaced with more desirable native species. And so I got a good bit of these non-native invasives on my property, like the China berry tree you can see back here behind me, some privet over next to that. A lot of stuff I'm going to be working on here on my personal property. I guess one of the caveats for doing that this time of year is you have to be able to identify these things, in some cases without their leaves on. So you need to kind of know already what they are and where they are. But you can get out here this time of year, cut these things down, treat the stumps with herbicide, and start to work to get them under control. It's depending on how much of it you have on your property, how many of these non-native invasives, it's probably not going to be a one and done type situation. It's something you're going to have to consistently work on year after year to not only get them under control, but to keep them that way, because there's always going to be birds and other animals carrying those seeds around of these non-native invasives. And so it's a constant battle, but one you can certainly get under control with some work. And wintertime is a great time to get out here and start chipping away at those. couple last things you can be doing this time of year in relation to your food plots. First off, this is a great time of year to go ahead and take those soil samples and get them sent in. The soil labs aren't as busy this time of year. You should be able to get a pretty quick turnaround on your sample, and then that'll give you plenty of time to kind of take those recommendations as far as lime and fertilizer and get them out here on the ground. Particularly the lime, where it needs time to incorporate into the soil and really work to lower that pH. That's a process, you know, that can take months. So you want to get that applied as soon as possible. And you can go ahead and be top dressing that fertilizer as well in preparation for your spring or summer food plots. So take those soil samples. Also, if you have a perennial clover plot that may be getting a little sparse, maybe you're starting to see some bare spots out there or get some weedy spots, this is a great time of year to frost seed some clover. Just get out there, either with your hands or with a small spreader, spread that clover seed into those bare spots. The freezing and thawing process of the ground will pull those seeds in. But even if you're in an area like I am here in the deeper south, where we're not getting a whole lot of freezing and thawing, it's still a great time of year to do that. The seed will still make contact with the soil. You should still see the results from that, just as you would up north if you were actually doing it on frozen ground. So great time of year to do that. Get out, sow some clover seed on those bare spots, thicken those food plots up for this coming spring, summer, and fall. So guys, as you can see, there's plenty of great habitat projects that you can work on during these winter months. Don't go hibernating in the house waiting for those turkeys to start gobbling. Get out there, knock out those winter habitat projects, and it's going to pay dividends come this fall. Guys, as always, for more great deer hunting and deer management information, be sure to check out our website at deerassociation.com, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you'll never miss another one of our videos.